Greetings, business owners and managers. Welcome to another awesome episode of CX in the evening. Yes, not CX in the morning, CX in the evening. Now, on every single CX in the evening, I bless you with customer service tips, customer experience tricks, and I bless you with gems. And if you have been watching long enough, by gems, you know I mean actionable takeaways that you can implement at the speed of now, immediately after this broadcast. You can take what you've learned, applying it to yourself, your business, and your team, making your team and your business better. How cool is that? All right, it's Wednesday, hump day, down the middle. It's a check-in before the lesson. So if all things are the way they need to be, it's Wednesday, so you should be halfway through your goals for the week. If you're not, you should double up. You're going to have to double up for the remainder of the week. So how is everyone doing thus far? Let's check, be sure that we have great audio on Facebook and everywhere else where we're live, and of course, be sure that we're live. Boom, double check. Nice, that sounds crystal clear. Let's be sure that we are streaming on YouTube. Yes. All right, great. So all things are where they need to be. All things are well. And so check in before the lesson. How have you guys been, man? It's been a minute. Yes, I know. You're like, Wes, we miss you. Hey, look, the way it goes is most of my time, all of my time is spent with the paid customers. The freebies are the giveaways. So you can't be complaining about, man, you don't give us the free stuff like you used to. It's free. But no problem. Hey, so this show we have is going to be a doozy. We have the amazing Laurel. Let me read her flyer so that we could give her complete justice. All right, so Miss Laurel Mustafa is the founder of M.O.C.A. Now, M.O.C.A. stands for Mustafa Operation Consulting Agency, which is an agency, a consulting firm that works with small businesses looking to streamline and structure their business as they grow and employ more members. She already has my attention because she's talking about growing, scaling businesses. Oftentimes, I find that small business owners feel that they have to stay small forever. Newsflash, you do not. You can start small and grow, i.e. Google, little company, little startup by the name of Apple, little startup by the name of Amazon. You can start small, but you don't have to stay small. And that's what Miss Laurel is all about, scaling and growing businesses. Let's see if she is here. I sent out a text to be sure that she's here. Miss Laurel, are you with us? I can't hear you. Your mic is muted.
It's muted. I'm here.
Listen, I was like, your Metro PCS is messing up. Like,
I'm playing.
How are you doing today, Miss Laura?
I am doing fantastic. It's a great day.
It's great to have you. Definitely, everyone from the West Walters tribe, definitely give her a round of applause, welcoming her. Man, this is exciting. I'm looking forward to this conversation for quite some time. And so let's just jump right in, if that's okay.
Sure, go for it. Let's
Tell
get
me
into
a little
it.
bit about M.O.C.A. Well, what exactly is M.O.C.A, the consulting firm? Take it away. What's M.O.C.A?
So, of course, M.O.C.A stands for Mustafa Operation Consulting Agency. And so what we focus on is small business owners that are already kind of having some strides, but needing to scale, need to kind of organize, streamline their processes. A lot of the CEOs or that needs to kind of step away from the day-to-day so that they can focus on CEO stuff like building more capital and growing the business. Just kind of giving them the system so that they can begin to trust to grow their business and trust their employees to do what they need to do to take care of their babies.
Excellent. How long you guys have been in business?
So we've been in business just 2 years. Just 2 years. It actually was a beautiful way how it came about. All my experience I have experience in hospitality over 20 years, all sides of operations, and it just kind of birthed from that. Just kind of giving advice to other business owners.
So you don't even know what it's like to be in business prior to COVID.
No, actually, this came out of COVID. This is a COVID baby.
Consider yourself blessed.
Well, thank you. Well, thank
Before COVID, if I said, hey, I want to interview you, you're going to be like, where are we going to meet?
you. That part.
You're going to be like, you want to do a meeting, you want to interview me, but you don't want to do it via, I'm not taking you serious. This is what it was like before COVID. When you said someone, I want to interview you, and you're like, where's it going to be? We're going to do it all virtual. You're like, I'm not taking you serious. Now, someone asks me to interview them, and they're like, we're going to meet here. I'm like, what's wrong with Zoom? Like,
right.
Like, I don't leave the house unless there's an invoice or PO attached. I'm not driving.
Exactly. Actually, I did some video conferencing because I did events and things, of course. So it wouldn't be strange land to me, but I can get it. During pre-pandemic, meeting in person was a thing, and now nobody wants to come out the house, even when they have that option to now. So I get it.
Fantastic. Tell me a little bit about your ideal avatar. Who's your ideal clientele? Who do you primarily serve?
So I prefer Black-owned businesses because I just want to serve our community and be able to give us the opportunity to expand. I know right now there's a lot of entrepreneurship, and we're talking about building economic wealth and generational wealth. So I really, my avatar or my customer would be Black-owned businesses that have, employees, I would say from 5 and up. 10 and up is really more ideal. And they're looking to either scale to the business is picking up where they need to add more employees. The business picking up where they want to add a second location, a third location. Or and the CEO, like I said, ultimately, I like to say my job is to have you working from the beach as a CEO. If I can get you working from the beach, then I did my job.
I always tell my followers, I said, a boring business is a well-ran business.
That
you
part.
want a boring business. Like you want to be like, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, I'm done for the day.
Like, what am I doing? Yeah. So that's my job. Like my job is to help CEOs get to run their business from the beach. You check your emails, you check a couple of reports, you check in with the key contributors to your business, and you're done. Like you can do whatever you need to do. Go hound some more, investors or whatever if you want to do that. But as far as the operations of your business, it's so smooth, and you can click a couple of buttons and know that it's smooth.
Excellent. So you said that your ideal avatar is Black-owned businesses.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a specific industry? Like I know hospitality. You said before.
Yeah.
Beside hospitality, or is it all hospitality?
So yeah, I have a very strong background in hospitality. So restaurants, I do have some retail as well. So, the world of hospitality, that's like a world, like literally, it's a world on its own. So you have retail, you have food and beverage. So any of those businesses that align with that, retail, food and beverage, hospitality, customer service, those types of things, I will definitely be happy to help them.
Totally. Hospitality is you're speaking my love language, because when I was writing my book, I did all of my research was based on hospitality and retail. So
come on, write a book.
Like, man, the tribe was looking at her like Wes, didn't she know about the book? Like, let me share screen now. But yeah. Of course, I do have a book. All of my followers know that.
Yeah, he was holding out.
Hey, just go to weswalters.com and get you that book.
I'm getting it. It's already there. Click.
Absolutely. So now walk me through the customer journey. I mean, tell me hey, you meet me at a networking event. We begin to talk. You realize that I realize that you can rectify the problems that I'm facing. Walk me through the customer journey after the networking event.
So yeah, we meet you. Obviously, we have some conversation. Then I meet with you again to have I want to hear about your pain points, or what would it take? My question is, what would it take for you to be on the beach, run your business on the beach? Like, what do you need to feel safe for your business, for you to be running it from the beach, on the beach? And of course, CEOs and general managers, they have their perception of where the pain points are within their businesses. So I will do a consultation with them, ask those key questions. And then I also check in with the customer service review. So what the customers are actually saying, and then the leadership that is actually running the business, that's on the ground, the boots on the ground, what are they saying? And then kind of draw the lines, connect the dots and saying, oh, okay, so I see where this problem is now trickling over to your customer. This problem is trickling over. It's very obvious gaping hole somewhere in your operations that is affecting how the customer is being treated or experiencing your business.
You know, when I bring on a new client, kind of like my onboarding process is similar to yours. So I would meet with, of course, the person that's writing the check.
Right.
And then I would meet with, I hate to use the word subordinates, but the team members, right?
Team.
Now, if you ask the person writing the check, how are things? How is your business? Oh, we're the best things.
Everything's great.
We had the best east of the Mississippi. Like, what are you talking about?
Right. Everything's perfect. My staff loves me and everything is great.
Then you ask the team members and they're like, you gonna take my name? I'm like, no, I'm not gonna take your name. It's totally off the record, right?
Off the record.
Well, Mr. Johnson, let me tell you what he did.
What happened was, and I asked for Christmas off, and he told me I had Thanksgiving off, so I couldn't get it. That part.
So do you often find that there's a disconnect between management and the team members?
Definitely. Because again, management, most of the policies, procedures, or even the concepts that management kind of implement is based on theory or what they think, because it's very much so from like bottom line focus. So they're thinking, well, this plus this equals this, but they don't have the knowledge base of, well, it's going to take an hour instead of the 10 minutes that you're thinking it's going to take to make that happen. And so that's where a lot of the disconnect comes in. And then sometimes, especially with, new business owners, we find like their learning curves then trickles down to the staff. So they're new to their industry, or they're new business owners. And as they're learning, the staff becomes like collateral damage. I hate to say it like that, but that's truly what happens. So that's what that's what I've been finding in working with our business owners.
Casualties of war. If you're just tuning in, we're here with the amazing Laurel Mustafa of M.O.C.A consulting firm. And she's dropping gems. If you're just tuning in, definitely. Where can they find you on social? Where can they find you, Laurel?
You can find me on LinkedIn on the Laurel S. Mustafa. You can find me on Facebook, Laurel Mustafa, and just reach out in that way, and we connect that way. Most of the great thing about the business that I'm in, it's been a whole lot of word of mouth, so I haven't even had to do any advertising. Praise God. So just find me on Instagram and LinkedIn.
Great. I just put the link that so that you can share it with your tribe.
Okay, sure. I'll do that.
Great. So you know what? I saw that you said it with the documents that you sent me over. You said that you guys specialize in customer employee retention. So you quell employee churn. Now,
I know in this climate,
post-COVID, because all you know is COVID. You came into existence after COVID, so you don't know what it's like before COVID. But since COVID, I have a cousin. I told my cousin, I said, hey, I need you to shoot for a client. I have a video production company as well. I'm like, hey, I need you to come out and shoot. Go to the site and shoot. Paying you $300 a day. He's like, cousin Wes, do I have to go? So yeah, you got to go and shoot. You say, no, do I have to go or do my avatar have to go? I said, no, you have to go. Like, can I do it Zoom or do I have to go to the premises? I'm like, you have to go to the location to shoot. He's like, I'm not interested. So this new generation, the millennials, are like, if it ain't virtual, I'm not doing it. How are you dealing with employee retention at the firms that you serve? I mean, at the businesses that you work with. Hey, I think you froze on me. Hey, Mustafa froze on me. I am going to remove you from the feed.
There you go.
Oh, there you go. See,
I don't know what
you
happened.
are outside your network. Your Metro PCS keeps acting up. Listen, do not leave the outside the perimeter, okay?
Every time the breeze blow, okay? Every time.
I'm gonna need you to put a tinfoil aluminum kufi on or something.
Put the antennas up.
How are you dealing
Bring the hanger. Bring a wire hanger.
Bring the hanger. How are you dealing with employee retention with the company, with the clients that you work with?
Yeah, so that absolutely employee retention is like a major thing now, especially post-COVID, right? Because pseudo entrepreneurs and I'm not sure what just happened, but I'm going to keep talking because I think
I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay.
I'm still here.
So,
I don't have Metro PCS. I'm good.
You know what? You're going to keep talking about this people, okay? But anyway, so one of the things that we find with the employee retention is a couple of things, actually, is culture, right? Is really at this point, when we were youngins or our parents were youngins, it was about working was about like benefits and longevity and, you know, things that I can retire. And that's not what's happening now with the new this new day and age, right? They're not even thinking about that because they got like 20 side hustles. As a matter of fact, their 9 to 5 is the side hustle and everybody is an entrepreneur. Yes. So one of the things we have to do, we have to kind of shift focus and say, number one, what's the culture? Like people want to just feel good going to work. Like if you don't feel good in the workspace, like kick rocks. They don't got $900 sitting down doing nothing. So now like they're not interested. So we have to create strong like incentives and strong employee culture, like internal culture that made them feel good about working and made them feel like they were really impacting community or help them to see how they are attached to the vision and mission of the company and how they're serving the community. And so that 100%, then it also trickles down to how you hire, right? Because once you kind of feel like this is our mission and a vision and we want you to be a part of it, and then you kind of attract employees that kind of align with your mission and vision. And so it becomes more of they're actually happen to have making money, but they're also seeing out their own person, it aligns with their personal moral compass as well. So that's one of the major things. And of course, you know, incentivizing, continuing to show them different ways that when the business does well, that it comes back to support them as well.
That is the biggest gem right there. I mean, knowing that once the business does well, you're going to do well. And I think it's so important. What I teach my clients is that show your employees that you got them, that, hey, look, if you continue to do your job, if you continue to serve the client at a world-class level, we're going to get more money and you're going to get more money.
Correct.
I'm all about business owners, especially on a small scale, sharing the wealth and the profit, whether that's through raises, whether that's through bonuses, like immediately, like let your employees know, like, hey, you have power. You have the power to give yourself a raise at any given time. If we have an amazing quarter, you have an amazing quarter as well.
Right. Correct. Yeah. And it doesn't even have to, like, I know small business owners are like, I might not can afford to do a bonus. Every bit counts. There's a lot of ways that you can give incentives to your employees that isn't necessarily costing like dollars. Dollars always wins. But you're giving an employee that have, you know, great attendance records, if you will, a day off, a paid day off, or a paid half a day, you know, things like that, that goes a long way. Or finding like ways for them to earn points so that they can get some kind of, you know, kickback. Those are little, quote unquote, inexpensive. Of course, it still costs us, but it's not hitting the bottom line as heavy as it would if you had to dish out an extra, you know, $100, $200,000 or whatever money on their check. So there's ways that you can find it. It creates competitiveness. It creates buy-in. And they become conscious. It's like, well, we could save more money if we do this. They start coming to you with solutions and how the business can even do better.
Man, ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, we're here with the amazing Laurel Mustafa, and she just dropped 2 amazing bars on you, gems. She said, listen, gone are the days where you feel you need to have X amount of money to, no. You can do it with exactly what you have right now. Truth be told, most of the millennials that are employees, they don't even really want the money. You give them the praise, they take a picture with, hey, look at me with my boss, and 15 minutes later, they have forgotten about it. They're like, I did what? What?
Right.
Oh, they forget. So you don't need, like, money is always good. Money is king, cash is king. However, there's so many other creative ways where you don't need the money. It's not that we lack resources, that we lack being resourceful.
That part.
You can be resourceful. It's not about, I don't have the resources. No, you're not being resourceful. All right. I read that your firm M.O.C.A, one of the things that you guys specialize in is the increased productivity via tools and technology for communication. Now, I'm going to give you a story. And this happened this week on Monday. This happened on Monday. Now, this is a client. This is a customer, not a customer. This is a vendor that I use consistently. So I'm not going to say their name because my policy is I only list the name of a company when they do something good. I never list the name of a company when they do bad, because if it's bad, it's a learning opportunity for all of us to learn from, and I don't want to throw businesses under the bus. So this has happened. This is negative. So let me tell you what happened. There's two parts, right? So the first part was they had documents that I needed. And of course, I needed to pay before I get the document. So I called Monday bright and early. I'm like, let's get this ball rolling. I'm ready to pay. Drum roll, please. It's like, okay, we'll send you a link. I said, fine. I'm waiting to send the link. Took about, longer than it would take to send the link, but she sent the link and the transaction wouldn't go through. I called American Express. I'm like, hey, what's going on? Hey, they're like, hey, it's not on us. It's on them. It's not on us. Called them back. I'm like, look, the money's there. American Express says it's not them. She says the vendor is denying the claim. And the client is like, no, we're not. The vendor's like, we're not declining the claim. But for whatever it is, whoever was processing their payments, there was a glitch. It's not American Express, because American Express don't make mistakes. Anyone who has American Express, they know. It's like, it wasn't American. I never thought it was American Express, but in this case, I reached out to American Express anyway, and they're like, nah, it's them, which I thought. So I called them. I said, hey, look, whoever's processing your payments, there's a glitch. Can you process the payments somewhere else? Because you know me, like, I send the invoice, right? The client is like, do you take PayPal? Yes. Do you take Apple Pay? Yes. Do you take, like, I'm not going to deny money.
We're going to figure that out.
We'll figure that out. So I take all payments. So I said, hey, can you send me, is there another way for you to take this payment? Can I cash it? I need the documents. Can I, and I want to get, I got money. I want to give you money. So she's like, let me use another name here. So George, the owner, is not here. And he has the other form of payment. I was like, no, this is what she said with a straight face. She was, I couldn't fix myself to say that. I'll be embarrassed. But she said it. I said, so there's no other way for you to take this payment. She said, no. I said, what time does George come in? He comes in at 12. Like, it's 8 o'clock. She's telling me I got to wait 4 hours. And I know that she says 12. He ain't coming in at 12. He's coming in after lunch. Coming in at 1. I was like, I really need these documents. I said, okay, I'll wait till 12. All right, cool. So now got the payment figured out. I'm like, okay, I paid. When can I expect the documents? Drum roll, please. He's like, the lady who did your stuff, she's out. So when she gets back, you'll get the stuff. It's like, yo. So I went from 0 to explosion. I'm like, what? Like, I needed these documents as 8. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. You're telling me that she's out and I paid already. I know the answer to this, but tell our viewers how using simple technology, that's pretty much the norm now, this could have been avoided.
So simple technology. I'm not even I'm talking about free technology. So you do not have to be, a multi-million-dollar business owner yet. You don't even have to be 100th billion business owner yet. Simple. Google, that could be a Google Drive. That could be a shared drive. Listen to me, CEOs, business owners, you're thinking about it, whatever you're doing. For efficiency, everything that your employees need to have access to, everything your customers are going to ask for, create it, put it on Google Drive. One what's the Microsoft version of it? OneNote, OneDrive,
OneDrive.
Dropbox. All of those clouds are free. Of course, if you build up more, you might have to pay for more space. But to start off, it's free, guys. You already have it. If you got a @gmail.com email, you got a Google Drive already. So just utilize that. That's an easy share when they were done. And that, I'm not even talking about the other ones that you can pay for, like your project management tools and things like that. No, like Asanas and the Mondays and all those other ones. No, start with a drive. Just share the drive, share your documents so that the employees don't have to call you at midnight when they're trying to do something, or a customer don't have to wait, because it's easily accessible for all associates to have access to it. Easily. You're on the beach.
Like and I'm upset because things like this, these are things that should not be the things that make or break a business. So I'm all about you being underfunded, and the man is keeping you down. Hey, look,
we get it.
I'll be entertained, but when stuff like this are free,
that's free,
$3.99. Like, there is no reason why I paid, and you're telling me, oh, the person who worked on your stuff is not. When she if she gets in, we'll get you stuff that you paid for, that you've been waiting 5 hours for. And I'm like, and it's hard for me to, like, my knee-jerk reaction is like, ah! And then I'm like, what? It's not her fault. It's the business owner's fault. So I need to have a conversation with the business owner. And these are the same business owners that I find that when you tell them, like, hey, look, I can help you with this, I'm like, no. Like, well, we're fine.
Everything's fine. Yeah.
We're doing great.
Right. We're making money. Yeah.
We're making money.
How much more money could you be making? Like, if you were a different customer, you would have been like, give me back my money. I'm going to figure something else out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Business owners need to realize customer loyalty is at an all-time low right now. Like, I mean, so you don't know business before COVID. Like, before COVID, you had ride and dies. COVID, the sheep scattered. Like, look, customer loyalty is as good as your last
transaction. Right.
And then they're like, if I wasn't a loyal customer, I've been with this vendor for over a decade. If not, I was gone. Like, my tolerance, now that I teach customer experience, my tolerance is like nanosecond. Like, I'm like, I'm going to reach out to you. If you're a Black-owned business owner, I'm going to be like, look, hey, these are ways you can be improved. If you push back, I'm like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Done. Like Nicki Minaj, done. I'm done.
Right.
Let's talk a little bit. I want to shift a little bit about consistency. Now, one of my clients is a restaurant owner. And if I go to the Decatur location, the food is amazing. Amazing. I mean, the staff knows my name. I mean, they don't even have, they created valet for me. I pull up, like, the people run out, like, hey, Wes, I got your call, Mr. West. However, when I go to the other location, I'm not going to say the name because they're going to be like, oh, I know what he's talking about.
Don't do them.
The other location, subpar. Like, I mean, say what you want to say about McDonald's. McDonald's is consistent. If you go to McDonald's in Seattle, the hamburger tastes the same as the McDonald's in Miami.
Except for the ice cream machine.
Well, the McDonald's ice cream doesn't work. I mean, if you tasted McDonald's ice cream in the last decade, good for you. Ladies and gentlemen, she's a unicorn. She's tasted McDonald's ice cream. But what do you do to encourage consistency with your clients?
So, actually, that's a great segue from our last conversation, right? So, a couple of things. Number one, guys, CEOs, managers, if you are the only person who knows how to make something, that's a problem. So first and foremost, SOPs, standard of operating procedures, those things have to exist. Recipe cards, like, get your NDAs out, get your, non-disclosure, non-complete. Like, if that makes you feel better and have that as part of the orientation to sign, do that. But you cannot be the key holder to the secret sauce. So you cannot do that. You can prioritize some key ingredients and have it prepared in bulk if you're wanting to protect your ingredients. I get it, recipes and things like that. But you guys have to, one of the things that I found is that a lot of the CEOs were holding on to their things and being scared and sharing. So that's one thing, is like, you got to create a system where the training of all of the employees is consistent. And the only way for that to happen is to document the steps by step by step, and then putting that somewhere. I don't care if it's just a Word document to start off. It don't have to be a fancy thing. It's a Word document that's in the shared drive that we're going to establish, so that managers or anybody else that needing access, that is an employee within the organization, will have access to that so that they can train. And then you would want to identify key performing employees that you can utilize to train other employees. Because another thing is, every employee, sometimes they think, oh, I got it. Then they start training another employee and they're training them wrong. So you want to make sure that first and foremost, your leaders are experts in whatever it is. And then they begin to train the other staff. So key before you even get to the training is you got to know what to train. I'm talking about go through the process and have somebody watching you go through the process and write it down. Because sometimes what we do is we're so used to operating that we forget that we just cut up that lemon and miss that step when we're writing it down, trying to think it through. So actually physically go through the process, have someone write down every step you're making. That's your training manual. Sometimes video is even fancier, like get into that too. But ultimately, for consistency, is having those recipe cards, those SOPs, those special instructions, those things available, and utilizing them as part of your training. And then do refreshers. Like at the end of the day, bad habits get created, period, whether you have it consistently or not. But people do, I have a good mentor that says people do what you inspect, not what you expect. So another level of consistency is to consistently like check behind and make sure, and make sure that things are up to par, like you trained them in the first place.
And that's one of my mantras: inspect what you expect.
Correct.
Inspect what you expect, or if you're some Reaganomics is trust but verify.
Right.
Yeah, I trust you. Let me just verify.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and we need for refreshers, because some people, human nature is going to take a shortcut. We're going to find the easiest route. And I find that when you create a culture in the beginning, when an employee is brought on and they're trained properly, the only habit they have is the proper habit, then they won't veer too far off from the consistency.
Splendid. If you're just tuning in, we're here with the amazing Laurel Mustafa of M.O.C.A Consultant. Now, Laura, you said you primarily work with Black-owned businesses. What is a consistent problem that you find with the clients? Yeah, we're going there. Listen, no. Let me preface by saying this, because everybody's gonna be out there. He go beat it. No.
Let's go.
We're not beating up on anyone. In order to fix problems, we have to first of all say that the problem is there. If you don't believe that there's any problems, then you can exit stage left. We're here about solutions. So there are problems. What are the consistent problems that you find with the clientele that you serve?
Yeah, so there's a few. Like I said,
give me the top three.
Yeah, so top three is holding on too tight. Can
you expound on that for me?
Of course, they hold on too tight. They're so fear-based. They're fearful of letting somebody else watch their baby, because nobody can take care of their baby like them. And the truth is, you're right. Nobody can take care of your baby like them. But how somehow the babysitter watched your baby and the baby's still alive and breathing and fed and okay. Yeah. So that's one of the things I see, that so much of the fear, and especially in our community where, there's this like, I'm going to show I can be successful. Nobody's going to talk about, like there's all this beating that we get in society, and they're like anticipating like the negative talk before it even gets there. So they're holding on too tight, and they even end up stifling the talents that they already have within their leadership and their team. That's one of the things so they don't even allow them the space to even should serve them even stronger than they could, because they're holding on to their vision. It's my business and it's my idea and I'm the CEO. Well, if you allow your team to really show up in their fullness, you'll be surprised with how far your business can go beyond your own imagination. Another thing I find is from that same So there's a few of us that like, I want to be with our people. I want to give to our community. I want to compensate appropriately. And I want to be a good manager, because I hear so much that Black owned businesses are, we have this bad connotation sometimes, but sometimes that trauma then kind of takes over, and then you hold on to bad employees too long, because you don't want to be looking like the Black business owner that don't care about your people. So that's become a thing now. Like like this employee is no longer serving your purpose. They were great when they were great, but now where are you going? They no longer can do that, and you're scared to let go of them. They're scared to let go because it's like, oh my gosh, they're gonna think that I'm just a mean Black person and I'm not down for the people and all those kinds of things. Whereas that wouldn't even be a conversation if if race wasn't a thing, right?
Gone. Give me one more. Give me one more.
And then the last thing that I find with Black business owners is just like,
no. Spit it out raw, just like that. No. Don't sugar. If you're not familiar, see, she's not familiar with the West Walters tribe. We give it raw. I want no chaser.
But I'm not raw.
No chaser. Just like you was about to say it. I want it just like that.
We're not organized. Yeah, we got to do better about how we talk to each other, how we organize, and how we give each other grace, and ourselves grace, and our employees grace. Yeah, we're not organized. We are kind of like, what I find is that I get it. Like a lot of times we don't have the advantage when we start business. Like we don't have that nest egg. A lot of us is just like, I'm jumping out here with 50 cents in my pocket. And that kind of creates like this survival mode in us. But then that also creates some chaos. So that's what I've been finding. I guess that's because that's ended up why they needing me, because they're just like building it as they're climbing. And then that kind of creates like this dysfunction in the workspace. Yeah.
You know, one of my clients, as you was telling the story, it brought me back. I forgot about him. So one of my clients he was just like you described, to the T. My baby, right? And I was like, sir, you're gonna have to relinquish some of this. I'm like, first of all, he was a millionaire, and he is a millionaire, and I was like, why are you here 6 days a week if you're a millionaire? I couldn't understand. Like the first time he hired me, I was like, this is a millionaire, and I know he's a millionaire. And like, why are you here 6? I was like, if I'm a millionaire, I'm working 2 days a week.
I gotta say one more thing after that. I gotta say,
phone.
Yes, I gotta share that when you're done.
And I couldn't understand. And then as I continued to work with him, I realized it's because he was a control freak like no other. Like nobody could do it like him. And nobody was going to do it right. And I'm like, I pulled him aside out of business. I took him for drinks. I said, like, listen, man, you're about to die in this business.
Yeah. I
said, the vigor that we had in our 20s, we don't have it anymore. I said, you're supposed to be thinking about your exit strategy. Or putting things in place where you can work this business remotely. I said, you're going to die in this business. He's like, oh, you just being. I'm like, oh, bro, you're going to die in this business because I see the stress level. I see how. I said, why are you paying this project manager if she or he can't do the job? Find you someone who can do the job, and the goal is to replace yourself or duplicate yourself.
Right.
Not to be working 6 days as a millionaire. Are you kidding me? Long story short, brother had a stroke.
No, that's real. That's real. That actually happened to a client of mine as well. The same scenario.
Brother had a stroke. That was a warning. I told him, I said, bro, the universe is giving you a warning shot. You got to change some stuff. This stroke and he eats well, so it wasn't from diet. It was all stress. All stress. I told him, I said, bro, remember I told you were gonna die? I said, this was your warning shot. Change.
Yeah, I have to say, like, we self-sabotage. I meant to say that as part of that control is like, to get to where we got to, we had to hustle. We had to, we were in this kind of mode to get to that $1 million status, like the brother. And then
There you go with your Cricket Wireless, Laurel. Laurel, your Metro PCS froze again. I'm gonna take a screenshot of you so that you see what you look like when you were frozen. Ladies and gentlemen, Laurel is coming back. Give her a second. PM. Good evening. Yes, Bernadette. Yes, CX in the evening. And we're waiting on Laurel, her Wi-Fi to kick back in. Laurel, if you can hear me, I am going to remove you, and you can just join back in with the link that I provided for you. Yeah, Bernadette, if you're just tuning in, Bernadette is like, evening. Yes, indeed. CX in the evening. Not CX in the morning, CX in the evening. And we're here with the amazing Laurel Mustafa, whose Wi-Fi is, she just left. I just saw that she left, so she should be back shortly. And we're going to keep it going for her. And we got a screenshot of her with her mouth open. There she is.
What happened?
Laura, listen. You told me that you were going to do better. You make way too much money to have Cricket Wireless. Come on now. Come on. I mean, Obama been out of office two seasons, and you still got an Obama phone. Like, what's going on, man?
Oh yeah, we about to have a conversation. Too many people streaming. That's got to be what it is.
Don't. It ain't too many people streaming. Like, America Online is not going to cut it in 2023, man.
Well, I listen. I don't know what's happening over here. I think the powers that be just it's my full spirit. I got too much energy. I'm just electrifying over here.
So what I run into, tell me if this is something you run into as well. So a big problem that I run into is that customer experience is a trailing metric. Almost 1 to sometimes even 3 months. So a quarter. The client has to be dedicated for at least a quarter, 3 months before, in reality, and all things aligned before they start seeing a result. How do you measure your customer success, customer experience success with your business, with your clients?
So reviews is one of the things that we utilize regularly.
Laurel, for Christmas, you're getting fiber. I'm getting you fiber for Christmas. I'm coming to your house. I'm going to dig up the front yard, and I'm going to bury some fiber lines just for you.
At this point, it's embarrassing, right? Like, I'm outside on the tree. I got to be on the tree at this point. This is ridiculous.
I mean, do you have aluminum in your kitchen? Just put some aluminum around the monitor.
Y'all, I'm sorry, okay? I promise you I got proper internet. I'm not sure what's going on.
Studies have proven most people who have Metro PCS for internet say that. They say, I have good internet.
I'm gonna let you have that. So I don't know what I was saying. We use reviews, or whatever whatever platform that customer have. Sometimes they have their POS have their own review systems, things like that. But that's what we really use to kind of help see how the customer experience. That's really the measurable thing that we're using to kind of make that happen.
Excellent. And with the clients that you work with, what are the two questions? What are the consistent questions that you get? And what are the questions that they don't ask that they should ask?
Consistent questions that I get. So most of the questions that I get has to do with the funny thing is what are my managers like? How do I get more? Why is my managers not capitalizing on the staff or productivity? The numbers, they start talking from the numbers, that space. And how do I increase productivity, or how do I increase, why are the customers, I'm trying to phrase it in a way. So why are the customers This is what they say. My staff is doing everything according to what I show them, and I know that my products are good. So why are my customers like? What's the problem with the customers? They got to be their problem. Like they trying to get over.
Mm-hmm.
So that's one of the questions I get. The questions they should ask. Because the questions they should ask is, how can I be more efficient? How can I, one of those questions is, what, how can I be more efficient? And how do I shift the culture within my business so that everybody feels great, so that it trickles down to the dollars? So even the customers feel the energy and want to spend more money in the space.
So what she's saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that you take care of your internal customers and they will take care of your external customers. Treat your employees the way you want them to treat your customers. All right, Lauren, listen, this is part of the show. First of all, if you're just tuning in, we're here with the amazing Laurel Mustafa of M.O.C.A Consulting. We're going to do what's called the rapid fire for this part of the show as we close out. All right, real quick. Tea or coffee?
Tea.
Cabin in the mountains or a villa on the beach?
Oh, on the beach. We're going to the beach.
Fried or grilled?
Grilled.
Self-employed or a good, safe job?
Oh, self-employed. I need to travel.
Fiber or dial-up?
You know what?
I had to. I had to. Listen, Laurel, I really, really appreciate your energy. I really appreciate you being here.
It's great. Thanks for having me.
Miss Bernadette just says, I value employees. Of course, Miss Bernadette, value employees. Listen, I see some spiritual cohesiveness here. I see some energy and thinking, and I definitely know that we're going to work together. It was a pleasure.
Yay.
Where can the tribe find you?
Yes, so you can find me on Facebook at Laurel Mustafa. You can find me at LinkedIn at Laurel S. Mustafa. And of course, you guys can always email me. You can call me at 404-518-1017. That's best, or text me really quickly.
Fantastic. Now, I want to be very clear. If you call or text her and she's outside of the perimeter, she might not get your text.
Right. Give me 3 days to respond.
But no, it's going to be batched and she's going to reply.
I got you. I got you in 3 days.
Listen, Lauren, listen.
Don't do me.
Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for, first of all, sharing your tribe with me and me sharing my tribe with you. All of Laurel's tribe, you send them to Wes Walters on YouTube so that they can subscribe. And all of my tribe, you definitely go to LinkedIn. And
yes, LinkedIn.
Where would you like my tribe to go to you?
Come to Facebook. Yes, come see me at Facebook. I'm there.
Fantastic. Listen, Laura, it was a pleasure. I really enjoyed this. I want to have you back for Women's Week next year. And listen, you have an amazing rest of the week. All right.
All right. Take care, guys. Have a great one. Run good businesses.
Peace.
Peace.